Hello, my name is Jason Sackerson, and I would like to thank you for taking time out of your day to view this campaign. So, what is living with Sasquatch, you ask? Well, I have constructed this campaign to facilitate a 60-day expedition in which over 30 participants shall endeavor to collect enough data to compel educational institutions, conservation agencies, or perhaps it comes down to some private individuals who would be interested in funding further research into this mystery called Sasquatch. So, to the people of this project, Charles Lamica, Rory Booth, and myself will be in attendance for the entire 60-day period, whilst 30 plus seasoned investigators will be participating in shifts over the 60-day period. Charles and I met in 2010 when he put on a 3-day tracking and fingerprinting clinic for myself and fellow BFRO members. For those of you who aren't aware, BFRO is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization based out of Southern California and founded by a gentleman named Matthew Moneymaker. So Charles and I have worked on multiple expeditions here in British Columbia over the last decade with a good deal of success. So much so that in the last 5 years in particular, that we decided to try and embark on an expedition of this magnitude. We're really pleased. We've got a really deep lineup for this task. We're principally comprised of members of BFRO and the BCSCC, which is the British Columbia Scientific Cryptozoological Club, which is founded by John Kirk. So for those of you who've been interested or following this monkey business, as I like to call it, I'm sure you're very familiar with him. Now, many of these folks come from backgrounds that are very well suited for this endeavor. They come from law enforcement, active and retired. We have members of the armed forces, active and retired. We've got a gentleman who's worked in geographic information systems, remote sensing, professional foresters. We have a plant ecologist, a university dean. We have a Roman Catholic priest. We have citizen scientists from all disciplines. But Charles in particular brings a great deal to the table. Having served with the Alaska State Troopers for 20 years, wherein Charles took part in hundreds of search and rescue operations. He was an active member of the Juneau Mountain Rescue Team. In the latter years of his career, he was Alaska's statewide search and rescue coordinator. Rory has been a co-worker and a friend of mine for over a decade, who's also worked in the forestry sector and spent a great deal of time, 20 years as an active fisherman and hunter, again making him ideally suited for the task at hand. Now I'll address, you're going to want to know where the money goes. So what I have to do is I have to pay out salaries to 3 people who will be spending the entire 60 days plus in camp for this expedition. Outside of that, I have a videographer to hire or hired. I have editing costs, cameras to go with that, some additional thermal imaging equipment, units, a lot different than this. This is a helicopter mounted one. Obviously we won't be flying a helicopter. This will be mounted on a truck, but it pans 360, tilts, effective range of about just under a kilometer. But we'll be looking to pick up some handheld thermal imagers to help in this endeavor when people are working the woods at night, walking trails. Long duration recorders, not unlike the ones used by ornithologists who have to delineate bird populations or any creature that emits vocalizations. Some parabolic microphones, additional camera traps. So now, with that being said, because the entire 60 days will be filmed, we're looking at probably between 7 to 9 hours of finished product. I'm hoping to have the first episode start dropping probably sometime in November, probably closer to late November. It's going to be an awful lot of editing to go through. Now, all of that finished product you will see on this YouTube channel. Nobody will be charged to see it. There'll be no $5 fee, $1 fee, or any of that sort of thing. Now, also in the coming weeks, I'll be posting various videos as gear is acquired. We'll do field tests so we can demonstrate the effectiveness of this gear, as well as demonstrate how it's utilized. And I'll be doing some other videos where I'll be sharing some effective means that you can try where you live if you think you have Sasquatch in an area that you frequent, whether it's where you hunt, fish, or hike. Some rather simple means by which you can determine if they're in the region or not. Now, if you're looking for more details in regards to this expedition, there is a podcast that will drop on Saturday, March the 13th on Spotify on a channel called Nicola Valley Bigfoot, where the host Sheldon and I talk at length. It's almost an hour-long interview about this upcoming expedition and what we hope to achieve. Really what it is we're trying to expose the elephant in the living room in these universities, because the elephant is there, but nobody seems to want to pick up the cause. It's beyond ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. Footprints such as this have been found in the middle of nowhere. Who hoaxes a print and puts it in the middle of nowhere, where the chances of somebody finding it are slim and none? It seems unlikely to me. And this print here comes in at 40 centimeters, so that's probably just shy of about 17 inches. This print was cast by a county sheriff, Gray Harbor County, I believe, in 1982 in Washington State. And this is one of hundreds out there. Dr. Jeffrey Meldon, who teaches at Idaho State University, has one of the largest collections in the world. He's one of the few professionals who's put his career on the line to further study this beast. So with that being said, I hope you find this intriguing enough to contribute to help us help all these citizen scientists who've come together, to end this mystery. So with that being said, again, thank you again for your time, and have a wonderful day.
That first time we were up on that ridge and the expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I passed out. Passed out, Sasquatching, and they could have just been right there.
Yeah.
That was loud.
That was.